Hello, this is Lisa Humpfeld Wilson, and I am here with Humpfeld Family Chiropractic and Nutrition Center. And I have my assistant Catherine with me today, and she has been with me since March of
March.
last year, March of 2019. And I want her to share with you her amazing story of how her health has improved since she's been here at our office. So please help me welcome Catherine.
Hi. So a little history. I grew up farming and working on farms. I was always really healthy and fit and rode horses. And I suffered some injuries and had to go through surgeries and started to gain weight. And I always thought it was under control, everything was fine. And then it just got worse. And I had issues with high cholesterol, allergies, sinus rhinitis problems, GERD. I had severe plantar fasciitis, knee pain, shoulder pain, back pain. I ended up with gestational diabetes when I was pregnant. I didn't have diabetes besides that, but still a list of medical issues going on and several medications that I took. I had my son in April of 2018. And after that, I had trouble with nursing and ended up gaining a lot of weight from that. And when he was about 6 months old, I developed a rash. And the allergist that I was seeing put me on allergy meds and said, that's as good as it gets, and off you go. And I was placed at Humfeld Chiropractic and Nutrition Center with Dr. Lisa actually through school. I had to do some clinical hours to finish my schooling, and I'm not going to lie, I walked into my kitchen and I looked at my husband and I said, really funny, send the fat girl to a nutrition center. This is going to be great. And I was a little resentful. I was pissed off and nervous. And then, I got here and she was great. Nobody was, criticized me for anything. And I learned a lot. And at first I wasn't really sure about some of the practices here at the office, but the more I learned, the more they made sense. And it was finally in June that I let Dr. Lisa run a digital pulse analysis. And that's one of the tests we have here in the office that tests your cardiovascular health, but it also gives you a chronological age of your arteries and looks at the elasticity. And she sat me down and said to me, please don't quit because I can help you. And I was like, all right, just give it to me. And she told me that based off those results that I had the heart and cardiovascular system of a 58-year-old and I was 30. And so, I mean, I took it, totally fine, and I left and I cried my eyes out because I had let myself get so unhealthy. I was about 296 pounds, like severely obese, and had all these medical issues and a young child. And I was kind of scared for where I was. So a couple months later, I decided, we need to do something, and I want Dr. Lisa to help me. So we did a nutrition program, and I started some cardiovascular supplements. And in 6 weeks' time, we reran the test, and I went from having the cardiovascular system of a 58-year-old to that of a 31-year-old. It had severely decreased the plaquing and softened my arteries and just overall was becoming healthier. And when we first did the muscle testing, it had about 10 or 12 organ systems that showed up. And I was on about 8 to 10 different supplements, sometimes like a little higher, depending on what was going on. And, it was kind of hard to go through that, to see all these things that my body is telling me is wrong that I didn't even know about, and realize that you're at that point in your life when you're just that unhealthy. So I did the program and I stuck with it. And the best thing was seeing the numbers improve. And so when you have your organ systems, a 0 is the worst and a 10 is the best, except for a few organs like your heart can be up to a 12. And seeing those numbers go from really low to operating at maximum capacity, how they should on the program, was amazing. And it made me feel really good. And we did the 21-day purification program in January. You can ask anybody. I complained the most because I was pretty sure I was going to die in those 3 weeks of not eating anything that I wanted. And I actually discovered that healthy food doesn't have to be all bad. And it was actually fun to learn some new recipes, and it was a lifestyle change to cut out the bad foods and to start eating better and doing more things for myself and really watching what went in my mouth, because Dr. Lisa says all the time that your gut is your second brain. And it's true. I mean, when your gut is happy, you know, your whole body, your whole system is happier. And I really started to notice that. And it really helped that on that 21 days purification program, detoxing and eating better, I lost about 10 pounds. And then it really made me think 2020 is my year. We're going to do this. And then COVID hit. And I spent a few weeks at home and gained those 10 back. But I wasn't going to let it stop me from being healthier and doing better. And we moved to a farm at the end of April, and I used a lot of the knowledge that I learned here at the office to be more active. Also didn't have a choice in that on the farm, but to be more active and just eat better and, you know, watch what I feed my family and what I have myself. And we've just recently, you know, did another nutrition check, and I've gone from having that, you know, 10 to 12 organ systems and like 8 to 13 supplements that I was taking to one organ system show up and only 2 supplements. And that feels amazing to be able to be from way up here where, you know, everything's super bad to we're doing really good. And I'm down 80 pounds from where I was when I had first started here, barely a year and a half ago, if that. And I feel amazing. And I mean, I was, you know, super upset about, you know, being placed here, and it turned out to be one of the best things that could have happened to me. I mean, Dr. Lisa's been nothing but amazing.
Thank
And,
you.
you know, I no longer have like all the medical issues. I don't have the GERD or the knee pain, the back pain, the hip pain. And she found that the rash that they never tested was actually gluten intolerance, and just all these things that I would have never found out. I would have just kind of spent my life on meds. And so I can't thank her enough.
So, if you are someone who is suffering from some of the stuff that she used to suffer from and is no longer suffering, we encourage you to reach out to our office because there is help. And you don't have to necessarily be taking those meds for the rest of your life. There are other options for you. So please call the office and please share this video with people that you may know who are still in Catherine's former situation. So thank you, Catherine, for sharing your story with others today, because we know there's people out there that are still in the situation where you were. So please again share this video with your friends and family. Thank you.